The experience of going through the journey is where the learning happened, and the output is just what you're going to see today. So we celebrate the journey, the documentation, and pay attention to every single child and their growth, their voice. And as a community, this is an opportunity for us to hold that and be a part of that journey with the children, so that we can show what an infinite system looks like. Actually, as you hear me out, right, and what I have to say, you will begin to realize that what you're seeing as presentations is way more than just the output, right? What you're seeing is growth, ownership, teamwork, discovery, a lot of empathy, leadership, imagination, learning, thinking, vulnerability, and where the children are at today. So, as Independence Day drew closer, we wanted the children to learn the story of what really happened. At Sparkling Minds, we have always looked at history and facts through a lens of wonder and critical thinking. So we did nothing different with the British colonization of India. As midnight struck and we walked into 15th August as a free country, British colonial rule was no more imposed on us. Does this mean that colonialism's influence, consequences ended at the stroke of midnight? We figured that it is still there today, and it is not just localized to India. Britain colonized 25% of the world's land surface and invaded and established a military presence in 171 countries of the present day. This was not a 10-year thing, but for 200 years, they imposed themselves on the cultures and spirits of humans that were nothing like them. A phenomenon like this has a timeless effect on the world. Colonialism is a paradigm shift. It is important that the children understand our country's history. So they saw what we call a perceptual learning model using a PowerPoint of the independence story. They also watched videos to understand the timeless consequences of colonialism around the world, and ex-colonies discussing and talking about how those effects remain even today. Another realization hit us at this point. Colonialism was not the only paradigm shift that humankind has experienced. There have been pivotal moments in history that have created a change in the way humans have lived, and their effects have been timeless. We experience them even today. You know, the effects might have changed, they might have evolved, they would have shifted form, but it is there all around us. What were these moments in history? If you actually look at all the children's backgrounds, you will get a glimpse into what this is all about and what they will be talking about, right? For the children, like you see, the fire and the wheel and everything is taken for granted. It's everywhere around them, right? Just like freedom, they take it for granted. Right? But when they learn it in a CWE class, or when they read it in a book, or even watch videos about it and experience it, right, it will give them an insight into experiencing the world that was without fire or wheel, and how people lived at that point. And that is deep empathy at work. So what is it, and why is it such a significant thing? The children went on to explore these various paradigm shifts and looked at how is this event a paradigm shift. Imagine a 10 to 12-year-old child understanding things like this, right? It took them a lot of effort to see it from this perspective, but they have persevered and they have come along. But we did not stop there. We took them to the next step. As we researched about it, we also realized that every paradigm shift has given humankind freedom from something, and it always came at a cost. With these questions as prompts, the children put their research skills that they have been building in the master classes for the past 3 weeks to practice. They found facts and put in a layer of information that they found into presentation slides, and they were able to see the effects these events had too. They now had a very specific question to answer. We were not only seeking information taken from somewhere, putting it in and presenting it to an audience. Seeking to engage with that information and thinking how this was a paradigm shift was key. But we can't only ask the children to think or build that skill in them without them building a strong basis or a foundation of knowledge, and the thinking sits on top of it. So it's important that they learn everything that they learn as information and build layers of critically thinking about it, of wondering, of comparing, of contrasting, and understanding much more than what the information is presenting. So then we realized, when we went into the thinking part of our presentations, that asking Google this question will not yield an answer, which was quite frustrating for children. They said, "Ma'am, but we put this on Google, right? As the next layer that we are doing, but it's really frustrating. We have no answer." Right? So this gave us an opportunity to explain to them how you collect information through research, and the thinking or the analysis that sits on it is what we are trying to represent through this event. There will be no direct answers on Google for the questions we ask at Sparkling Minds, and for that matter, the questions you ask as leaders and change makers. Having said that, researching the first layer of what it is, even though we did it in CW, is important. And that information is what is deepening their understanding and knowledge, right? This led them to go through a first order thinking process and use appropriate keywords for further research. We saw children growing in this process. They were teaching each other how to research. They began to use their documentation hours to do self-motivated work on this. So now that they knew what these paradigm shifts were, the second tranche was, what did it give mankind freedom from? Which is a second order thinking question, which means that there was a cause which had an effect, which eventually had an effect, which was the main crux of the paradigm shift. The children held this too. Remember, Google becomes less of a help as you get to more complex thinking patterns. And thinking is what the children held when they got here. While watching one of the groups working on their presentations, the thought emerged that freedom always had a cost attached to it. And hence came the next prompt to identify the costs at which this freedom was achieved by mankind from a particular paradigm shift, right? You will connect to these different layers of what is the paradigm shift, right? What did it give humankind freedom from? And Leopards 2 onwards also explore the question of what is the cost that was attached to this freedom, and you will connect to it when the children present. All right, now that we have all the information and we've put it together and we've thought over it, there's also the skill of making a presentation, right? Yeah. If I were to tell you that children will present a digital, slides on paradigm shifts, what would you expect? Slides and slides of text? Copy-pasted text? Lots of definitions copied out and put out there? Well, that is how every research starts. The skill of making that engaging in a way that the audience then connects to it, right? And carries that knowledge. So the children carrying that knowledge of what they're presenting and also adding a layer of their viewpoints and their thinking, right, requires a lot of iterations. And they went through this and they persevered and they showed resilience through all of this. And the facilitators have worked with them closely on this process as well. So Sumati ma'am had a small insight that she would like to share from what she observed during this work.
Yeah, sure. Like by the start of the week, they had collected this much data, like everything they could find on that term, it was all there. And they were like putting down everything. The slides became so many, text heavy. Slowly, they were being questioned, they were being asked, can you think, can you process, can you summarize? Slowly, with every iteration, they finally thought, they analyzed, they applied their thinking process, and now the slides are in a form, or what they are presenting is in a form where it's where it's concise, it's precise, and every step of iteration that they were doing, they realized that somewhere they forgot their research. Okay, they had collected so much data, but where is this? So staying with that research at every step was something that they learned in that whole process. Is how I saw that. It was wonderful for me to see how they could their disappointments and everything coming, and their final understanding of, wow, okay, now I see what I want to present coming along, which was wonderful.
All right. Thanks, Sumati ma'am. That's insightful into how their everyday looked as they were iterating, right? They also learned a lot of digital etiquette, what plagiarism is, how to do research, making sure that they have factual information, how to credit an idea to the owner, what does it mean when there's a watermark on the picture, right? And we saw children collaborating so beautifully. They're using tools like Google Docs, slides, and they're starting to get very familiar with these tools, right? They had access to these tools before, and I'm sure that all of them were somewhere familiar with it. But opportunities like this will help them bring the connect they carry to these tools and get a chance to experiment with them in a very productive space, right? Having said all of this, I think Mamta ma'am has a few lines to share.
यस मैम, सही कहा आपने कि सहयोग करते हुए भी कैसे हर एक बच्चा स्वयं में व्यक्तिगत रूप से विशेष है, इसके ऊपर मैं बस कुछ चंद पंक्तियां कहना चाहूंगी कि हर बच्चा यहाँ विशेष है, किंतु साथ में सबके उसका भी अविशेष है। जो करता है पूर्ण को अपूर्ण, वो हर एक नेत्र यहाँ स्वतंत्रता का अनिमेष है। तो व्यक्तिगत और सामाजिक पूर्णता को आजादी के मायनों में कैसे देखा जा सकता है, आइए सीखते हैं हम इन बच्चों से। Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let us see all this in action. Are you ready, Sumati ma'am? I think we are all prepped and ready to go.
Definitely. I am eager as well. So what our children are going to be showing you is what does freedom look like at every paradigm shift. Just like we are celebrating a form of freedom from colonization on this Independence Day,